Hey everyone, Nick Espinosa, your chief security fanatic here, and today we are going to be talking about the National Security Agency, or the NSA, because the courts just ruled that what they were doing was illegal, and this actually validates a lot of what Edward Snowden did, and we will get to that. Now, before we begin, I actually recorded this the day before, so if you watch me, you will note that I have the same shirt here. I will also be doing Sunday's video right in a row, and obviously just scheduling these for release. So heads up to you if there was some major bomb drop between Friday and Saturday, and I'm not reporting on it. Now you know why. You know I'll get to it when I am done with work for this weekend. So with that, this is coming from various sources, but the one I'm cribbing from here is MSN, because I thought their writing was actually really good. Now, a federal appeals court ruled this past Wednesday that the National Security Agency, or NSA, basically their surveillance program that collected data on pretty much millions and millions and millions of Americans' telephone calls was illegal and possibly unconstitutional. A 3-judge panel on the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled that the program, which was revealed by Edward Snowden and officially ended in 2015, although there is speculation that it unofficially goes on in some way, shape, or form, that it violated U.S. surveillance laws and potentially the Fourth Amendment of the United States Constitution. So, despite their conclusion about their surveillance programs, the judge upheld the convictions of 4 Somali immigrants who brought this legal challenge against this on basically on an appeal. Now, this ruling this past Wednesday came 7 years after these 4 were convicted in 2013 of sending money to known terrorist outfit Al-Shabaab. Edward Snowden, who was cited repeatedly in the court's decision, revealed the surveillance program's existence just months after their trial in 2013, obviously giving them a foothold for appeal. And under this program, the NSA collected and analyzed bulk data provided by telecommunication companies. That's the AT&Ts and Verizons of the world. Now, that information includes details on American phone numbers, or phone calls, such as the numbers they were calling and the duration of the calls, but according to all records from the NSA that they provided, not the actual content of the call. So they would know if I'm, let's say, calling Somalia, or they would know if somebody from Somalia was calling me, but according to the NSA, they were not actually recording the conversation. Again, there is speculation that is not true, but again, speculation alone, and so it is not a fact at the moment. Congress passed a law ending that program in 2015, which I was a big fan of, and I'm sure I either wrote or talked about it in whatever format or wherever I was publishing at that time. Patrick Toomey, who is a senior staff attorney with the ACLU, or American Civil Liberties Union, said he was disappointed that the court didn't find the illegal surveillance affected by his 4 Somali defendants to overturn his conviction, but he did applaud the rule for condemning the bulk collection program, which I think anybody that is not a fan of government overreach would be a fan of. That's pretty much a right to privacy. That is the Fourth Amendment. Now, the metadata collection program was created and approved by FISA. This is the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court, after the passage of the Patriot Act, which was in the wake of the September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks on New York City, Pennsylvania, and the Pentagon. Now, the court's decision this past Wednesday, which was written by Judge Marsha Berzon, who was appointed under the Clinton administration, so she's been around for a while, ruled that the bulk collection of phone records violated the requirement that agencies seek a court order when obtaining information relevant to an investigation from a private business. The court stopped short of ruling that the metadata program was unconstitutional, saying basically that it was irrelevant specifically to the defendant's convictions, meaning they did not make a constitutional ruling. I would expect that to go up the chain to the Supreme Court, but we now have the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, a federal national court, basically saying, here we are, this was illegal, this is essentially, possibly unconstitutional, and it validates a lot of what Edward Snowden put out into the world and showed everybody what was going on. This does not speak to Edward Snowden's guilt or innocence on taking all this documentation from the NSA when he was working at Booz Allen. I am talking purely about the information that was released by him. So feel free to convict Snowden or throw him a parade for what he did, but this really underscores, I think, what we have now learned over the last, let's say, 7 or so years about what is happening with surveillance in the United States. And it's something that I'm glad to see we have a legal system as well as a constitutional government system that is willing to combat these things when we have, let's say, an intelligence agency that overreaches. And so I thought that was very interesting, but that was your news of the day and just absolutely bonkers. And so here we are. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP. And please feel free to subscribe to me at YouTube as well. And as always, stay safe and stay online. Thanks, everyone.